You hear me?
I can hear you. I cannot see you.
I'm trying to remove the background.
I mean, the background's not a problem as long as I think what was happening is you were like disappearing into the background, which was a weird
Yeah.
thing.
Okay, I fixed it.
Ah, success.
You see me now?
I can. There you go. Nice lights.
Thanks. So you did this college of all your drama series with the comics and the Super Sentai. So
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
so how did are you a Power Rangers fan?
I grew up with the Power Rangers in the 90s as a kid, so I saw the show back in the day. But I had been working with Carl Dutton with Scyther Audio Dramas
Yeah.
for a while, since their inception, really. So
Yeah.
I'd worked on the X-Men audio drama that they did, and then, well, even before that, they did a Star Trek audio drama, and then we did the X-Men thing, then we did a Batman thing, and then I think it was the Power Rangers. That was the next one. And now they have other ones, East Haven 8, all this other stuff. So I was with them throughout the
Yeah.
process with Carl, and he kept on kind of asking me to do stuff on it. And when Power Rangers came up, he asked me, if I wanted to take part in it. And at that point, I had done Cyclops for him. I had done Batman Bruce Wayne for him. And in the Star Trek, I had also done a captain of one of the starships. So it was always these good guy roles. And so when Power Rangers came up, I was like, you know what? Let's try to mix things up here. You know, happy to do it, but maybe go for a more villainous role, which is how this came about. Yeah.
You voice your Zed in there, right? You voice
Yeah,
your
I'm Lord Zed.
how many episodes do you do in total?
Uh, I'm not sure how many episodes it is. I think actually I brought up IMDb here and it says I guess I'm in 15 episodes, I think, of the Power Rangers
Okay.
audio drama.
So you work with Jimmy too. You work with
Yeah, Jimmy came in on the show on the Power Rangers show. Before that, I mean maybe he was on I guess maybe he did some of the X-Men stuff later in the seasons. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so we worked together on that. I mean, none of us ever record live
yeah,
together, so it's not like we really see each other or anything,
yeah,
which is unfortunate because there's some really great guys there
yeah,
to connect with.
yeah. Jimmy's cool. He sent me free autographs.
Nice. Yeah, he's
Yes.
a good guy.
You have a favorite Power Ranger?
Um, do I have a favorite power? I guess the Green Ranger. Green's my favorite color. He's also, pretty cool. He has the kind of mystique around him of sometimes being a little bit gray in the sense of like we don't know if he's good or bad, and the narrative's there, so that's pretty cool, more dynamic. But I think I'm just a sucker for the color green, so I think that helps.
My favorite, my favorite one's the red one.
Ah, the red one, the natural leader.
Yes.
Nice,
Do you read,
nice. So I
do you read any of
go
the
for it.
comic books? Any Power Ranger comic
No,
book?
I haven't read any of the Power Rangers comic. To be honest, I didn't even know there were Power Rangers comic books.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a show from Japan, and then so I didn't even know it was still going on. And then Carl told me the other day that like, no, the show's still happening. There's still new stuff coming out, and I was like, oh wow, okay. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, you said you did X-Men too?
Yeah. So in the X-Men audio drama, I play Scott Summers, Cyclops. We've done a couple seasons on that show now, and he's kind of stepping back from the show, taking a distance from the X-Men after losing Jean Grey. But yeah, he'll be popping back in and out
Yeah.
on different things.
Do you ever see that show working out right now?
What am I working on now?
Yeah,
Uh, well, there's all sorts of other audio projects and other things. I'm doing some video game work out in LA. Can't really talk about the projects, but
yeah,
I write as well. So I'm a script doctor, so I work on scripts like that, and just had a couple commercials come out, and all sorts of fun projects and things. With Carl, I'm still working on East Haven, which is his new show, and then Zed kind of has his ending in the Power Rangers, but you never know when he might pop up. And of
yeah,
course, Scott and Cyclops are still in X-Men, popping in and out, and we have the Batman audio drama as well. So Trial of Bruce Wayne. In that I do Bruce Wayne. So there's all sorts of stuff with Carl still and in the audio drama world to explore and have fun with.
you have a favorite
Yeah.
superhero?
Well, based on my Batman mug, it would be Batman. Pretty vanilla, I guess, in some ways. Who doesn't love Batman? But he's just pretty awesome. And it was a great honor to be able to voice him in the Long Halloween audio drama that Carl did. So that was fun.
Yeah. Any favorite Marvel hero?
Marvel heroes. I guess Spider-Man. I mean, Spider-Man's just everyone loves Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love Spider-Man? Yeah. I liked Scott as well when I watched the X-Men show back in the 90s, Cyclops. I always thought he was cool. Gambit was probably my favorite mutant of the X-Men when I watched the show, thinking about it. But yeah, I mean there's so many cool characters across all the different universes. Um, Picking favorites. It's like favorite foods. Some people have them. I like different foods different days.
yeah.
Yeah. What about yourself? Do you have some favorites?
Yeah, I have a favorite. Meatloaf, and then I have a favorite restaurant, Subway.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, wrestling I don't really watch, so
You have a favorite restaurant?
um no, not really. No, not really. Uh like I said, different places, different days. Yeah. So have you listened to all the Power Rangers stuff at
Yeah,
this point?
yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I watched the show too.
Nice.
What about you? Have you seen the newer movie?
No, I don't really watch the show or the movies anymore. That was just when I was a kid, I would do that. Um, and then involved in the show, Carl asked me to come on. So I mean, I'm an actor, so that's what I do.
Yeah.
So
Uh, how is it being an actor? Is it fun?
when you get to do fun projects and work with fun people, it can be great. There's a
Yeah.
lot of challenges of just the hustle and the grind in there, but when you get to do it, it's pretty awesome for sure.
Do you have a favorite
Yeah.
person you work with in the Power Rangers audio drama series?
I've said this in the past, and I just always love working with Jason. We go way back. Jason Rivers, he does Goldar in this and a bunch of other things. And we've done a bunch of projects together. He's a great guy. And when I was living in London, we also met up a few times and worked on some live action projects as well. So yeah, he's a great guy, super talented, and
Yeah.
always love hearing his stuff.
Either conventions, like Comic Cons and
Uh,
that?
I I mean, I haven't been invited, but I would go if I was invited or if I was in an area, but it hasn't been something that I've sought out quite
Uh,
yet to go as a participant or an audience.
Oh,
Yeah. But yeah, the opportunity presented itself, I would definitely go
yeah.
for sure.
You would sign autographs if you could.
Yeah, I mean, I've signed something when I did theater. I would sign things, programs and things at the end. People would ask. I've signed a couple things in my day, but autographs are not really as common, I
Yeah.
find these days. People want selfies and things more. Um,
And
but yeah,
collect
anyone who wants an autograph, I'm always happy to
and
do that.
collectibles. The collectibles people usually have signed the
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Collectibles sometimes do. But yeah, I have no problem signing stuff,
Yeah.
as long as it's not legal documents that I don't know what they're about.
Yeah.
That's more questionable.
So besides that, do you collect stuff?
Do I collect stuff? Um, well, I like board games, so my wife likes them too, to a certain extent that I can have a few at home, but I would be very happy to have a larger collection. Um, but yeah, I mean that's kind of the only thing that I kind of collect on a bookshelf somewhere. But no, microphones maybe just for my work, different microphones for different purposes. But yeah, I'm not really a big collector because I've moved a lot
Oh,
growing up. So I guess I have this thing of like not having too many physical things because then you have to carry them around with you.
yeah,
So yeah, not quite as many.
yeah. So you don't read comics at all?
I've read a few. I read Watchmen. I read a couple Batman comics. Um, but yeah, not a big comic reader. Hasn't been my. I wasn't really exposed to it growing up, so it didn't really become a part of my kind of upbringing. I used to read like fantasy and sci-fi books more,
Yeah.
like
Do you act in movies, like actual movies and shows, like on TV?
yeah, I've done film and TV as well. In the comic book world of things, I was in Zack Snyder's Justice League, so that was pretty cool. Um, in the world of sci-fi fantasy, I did like the Star Wars Battlefront video game, which was cool. A lot of fun to work on,
Yeah,
but the biggest thing was Zack Snyder's Justice League. That was really epic.
yeah. So you play video games?
I play the occasional video game, yeah, yeah. And Baldur's Gate 3 is like the big one to give a shout out for these days. It's just an
Yeah,
amazing piece of art, really, and awesome voice work too,
yeah,
rightfully lauded and everything.
yeah. I don't play video
You as
games.
well?
No, I don't play video games. My friends play video games, but I don't.
Okay,
My friend has his own YouTube channel where he does video games. Yeah.
nice, very cool.
You have a favorite
So
board game?
how did you come across the podcast, the audio
Uh,
drama?
Jimmy told me about it.
Nice. So you know Jimmy through something else, or
I interviewed him. He does Pound Legacy.
okay.
And he told me about that he was in that too.
Hmm. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, good guy.
Yes. So so you guys were doing a total of 70 people in this audio series?
Maybe I don't know how many people work on it. Like I said, we don't actually get
Yeah.
to physically work with each other or record live. We each record individually and then send our stuff through. So yeah. We only hear it when it comes together at the end.
Yeah.
Carl's the mastermind putting it all together.
You guys have your own Facebook group too, I see.
The Scyther audio drama, yeah, it's a Facebook group, and then there's a Discord server as well. I'm really not social media savvy, so it's like
Yeah.
it's its
I'll
own thing.
I'll use this. Well, I'll use Facebook and Instagram.
Mhm.
I use Instagram because I'm both. That's where my followers are on. It's Instagram.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah. Which is so. What do you have more, Facebook or Instagram?
I, I don't. I'm not active on either, really. I don't really follow anyone on
Yeah.
anything. I don't spend time flipping through. It's I had Facebook back in high school, right at the end of high school. Facebook came into being for me, so joined then. So I have people from that, and then I don't really seek people out. I just
Yeah.
post some stuff every now and again. But yeah, I don't scroll. I don't do the death scroll of things.
I mean, you also Facebook groups.
Yeah, there's the Facebook groups for Cypher and things, which I occasionally check in on, but like, yeah, it's not. I try to not exist so much on the online world.
Yeah. You know what? So the Spider-Man coming out. Have you heard about it? They're working on a
Which one?
they're working on a new Spider-Man. Have you heard about it?
A new what? Movie or audio drama or?
Movie.
Um, yeah, I think they're working on another animated one and then also another live action one. But then there's like all sorts of conflicting rumors that maybe they're also doing another one with like Tobey Maguire maybe
Yeah.
or Andrew Garfield or it's all
Tom,
sorts of stuff flying
Tom
around.
Holland.
Yeah, I mean there's the Tom Holland one, but I think Tom Holland kind of wanted to get out of his contract for Spider-Man and do other things. So I really
I
don't know what Sony's going to do next.
I heard he's returning though. Like, I heard he's returning for this one.
Cool. Yeah, I mean he was great as Spider-Man. Definitely had the athleticism.
Yeah, the movie with all three of them was good. With all three of them in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, growing up with them, it was fun to see them all come together. Definitely hit the nostalgia aspect of it
Yeah,
for sure.
do you have a favorite Hasbro brand?
Yeah, not really. I mean, I don't do the favorite thing so much.
Uh,
Yeah.
nice background.
Mine,
Yeah,
it's like audio panels and things. It's just blurred out. So try to try to get audio conducive room, even though I'm talking to you just on an earpiece, not on
yeah,
my microphone, but still you want it to sound all right and not have
yeah,
too much echo and everything. So
yeah.
yeah. Where are you calling me from? You're in the States?
I live in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I have a friend in Cleveland. Cool. Nice.
Where where you from? Yeah,
Well, I grew up everywhere. I was in like London and LA and all that kind of stuff. I'm visiting family now, so
yeah. Just asking about you in LA though. That's like mostly popular for people to live.
yeah. I mean, LA is the hub. That's where everything's at. So
And then there's some people that live in Texas also, like famous people. There's some famous people that live in Texas too.
yeah, I mean, there's famous people everywhere for sure, but I think just because LA has the hub aspect of all the different industries, it's just where people congregate in that sense.
So I have a
Very
question.
expensive place.
Does it take y'all for you guys to do the audio drama series? But when you film it, does it take you long?
So we don't film, we record,
Or
but
you record it?
yeah, I mean, it really takes a long time for Carl to put it all together, because he has all these actors from different places and they have
Uh,
their own schedules, and then he'll send out a script, and because it's a fan production, he can't like have such hard deadlines because people are doing this, out of the love of doing it. So I mean, it can take months sometimes for him to wait until he gets all the recordings back and then to put it all together and all that. I don't know what his average or quickest turnover rate might be for an episode, but I don't think he can get an episode done usually faster than a 3 week kind of. And that's after the script's written. I mean,
uh,
him writing a script could take much longer as well before, but once the script is written and he sends it out to actors, it probably takes him a couple of weeks to get all the lines back, and then he has to edit it all together, and then he has to send it to get music, and there's the mix. So it takes quite a while. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Especially you don't want West to get all done because it might not turn out good.
Yeah, yeah, of course. Then there's retakes or changing things if it doesn't turn out good. You don't want to rush anything. So,
Yeah.
and he's a machine though. Carl, he's amazing. I don't know how he's able to churn out everything in such high quality. It's amazing.
I have a question. Have you lived in Cleveland?
I've never lived in Cleveland. No, never visited either. Plan to. Friend of mine lives out there, so I plan to visit him at some point.
Do you have a favorite state of that you like to visit?
I have family in Chicago, so I have a soft spot for visiting Chicago. Um, LA, I like LA, surprisingly. A lot of people don't like LA, but I
It,
I I'm drawn to it. It's got a good energy. Um, Feels like opportunity is just around every corner,
it,
which I think that's the poison of the place.
so do you have a favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Seven Samurai. It is a Akira Kurosawa movie, black and white. It's a epic, amazing, amazing film. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
If you don't get turned off by black and white movies that are in a different language.
I have my favorite is Power Rangers.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm a
Yeah,
I'm a huge Power Rangers fan.
nice. That's cool, man. That's
Yeah,
great. Which of the Power Rangers movies? There was a recent one, and then there were a bunch of older ones as well.
I like the one on Netflix more than always. The very most of the one I like that one.
Okay, cool. Let me guess. The Power Rangers win,
Yeah,
as they should.
yeah. Shit. Do you have a favorite Ninja Turtle?
Uh, no. I think I always liked Splinter. He's not well, not one of the turtles, but
The
yeah,
Rat.
just yeah, their master. I thought he was cool. And Shredder. Shredder was always cool.
Yeah,
Drawn to the villains. Yeah. Cool.
yeah. Uh,
Well, it was nice. It was nice talking to you, Nick.
Same.
What do you do with these recordings? You
I
put them
put
up on your socials?
yeah on YouTube and that.
Nice.
I like to interview people.
Yeah.
People be asking me how I
Yes,
get
sir.
these. People be asking me how I get big names on my podcast.
Well, you just asked, right? You miss
Yeah,
every shot you don't take.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So, what's something fun you like to do?
Something fun I like to do. Well, I mentioned board games. I do love playing a good old board game. Yeah. So getting some friends together, playing a board game, drink some wine or whiskey, have a good meal, good laugh. Not much better than that.
Do you have any things that you're looking at right now that's coming out?
What's coming out right now? Do have a big video game coming out this year, but I can't talk about it, unfortunately. Um, so there's that. I have a movie on Apple TV right now called The New Order, Egregore. And yeah, those are the bigger things right now. Yeah, so go check them out.
Yeah. You can't talk about most of the stuff that's about like the NDAs, right? 'Cause
Yeah, exactly. You get NDA'd on things and then you can't really talk about it until it's out. So
it happen,
unfortunately.
doesn't that happen to the Oscar actors? People that act, don't they usually have to sign those?
Yeah, it happens quite often. You get NDA'd and then something comes out and you're like, oh, I guess I can talk about it now because it's already out.
But if it's
So
not out, you really can't say much about it.
right, exactly, exactly. Like, the video game that I mentioned, I can't mention anything about it, but it is a thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I used to want to be an actor.
Yeah, well, there's
I still
always
kind,
time.
I still kind of do want to be an actor. It
You can
seems
talk to
cool.
Carl, do some voice stuff.
It seems
He's always
cool.
looking for voices.
Yeah. That's really all. That's really all the questions I have.
Okay. Well,
It was nice meeting you.
you're creating content, which is like amazing. So,
Yeah.
keep at it. That's the main thing, to be creative and to be busy. So you're already being an actor, right? Creating content and
Yeah.
doing stuff. So that's awesome.
Yes. It was nice meeting you.
Good to chat. Have a great rest of your day, Nick.
Same to you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.